And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to the Market Recap. I'm Dan Hodgman. It is Tuesday, November 30th. The month of November is coming to an end. The new month and the last month of the year begins today in about 2 hours. Hope you guys all had a good day. Hope you guys just sold everything for the most part. You got crude oil down almost 5%. It was down about 6% at its lowest. Right now down 4.9%. All the way down to just shy of $64. That market opened up this morning, and opening range basically told us, look for that market to continue lower. Did exactly that. S&P 500 opened up this morning, made a little bit of a push higher, but like we said, let's hold until 9 o'clock. Let's wait for Jerome Powell to come out and speak. And as soon as he came out and said, hey, we're leaning into this tapering. We're not changing any of our plans with this new variant coming out right now. So that market sold off. Same did Nasdaq. Nasdaq finally gave up all of yesterday's gains. Sunday night into yesterday's gains, gave that up completely. Gold, we were looking at a range. It did go from extreme to extreme, but went high to low and continued lower all the way down to 1775 here today. The euro closes a gap to settlement price, which we looked at this morning. We said, you know what, euro quiet during regular trading hours, usually gets a little bit more range bound, but the fear with Powell's information today really sent that thing lower, but that has recovered quite nicely after bouncing off of settlement price and taking right back off. And then lastly, the 10-year note closes gap to settlement price as well. Settlement price worked for the markets that were away really nicely. We were able to close the gaps in all of those markets that were above. And close the gap, and then we got a nice little bounce right off of settlement price there in the 10-year note. So some opportunity across the board. PK, good to see you. Nick, good afternoon. I finally did it after a year of watching, listening, learning, trying, failing, an ungodly number of account resets. I hit the step 2 profit target. Congratulations, Nick. Way to go. Love hearing that stuff. Mo, good to see you. Ricardo, good afternoon. What a month. You guys on gold, absolutely. Gold has been a mover. Been some opportunity across the board, just continuing to make low after low. So the news really today comes around Powell. Right, Dow's down. I think ends the day down around 700. They're speeding up this tapering. No holding back. Not going to sit here and think, well, let's see what happens. Let's slow this. No, going to push forward with the tapering and the bond spending. And that's definitely what's happening. Mo, Dan, how do you get settlement price rather than closing price? Settlement price is in the CME website. It's on every quote board out there. You just add that column. That's where I get it. I get mine straight from my quote boards. But you can get it on the CME website as well. I think closing price tends to be a little bit more common automated level placed on charts. Mine are manually drawn, so on TS Trader, that is. In other platforms, you can have them automatically in there. I use CTS and T4 as well. Those platforms do automatically put them in there for me. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our charts here today and see what we had going on. I think we got some opportunity. We definitely want to dive into this and see where our chances were. So as always, we're starting with our crude oil here. 1 second. Let me get something fixed. All right, crude oil this morning opens up. And this is what we were looking at right here. I want to make sure we take a look. This market, as soon as it opened up, it makes no attempt to go higher. Zero attempt to go higher. What's that telling us? What is that telling us? That's telling us this market is looking to rotate inside. This market's looking to rotate lower and continue in the downward direction. It took a little while. We didn't see that move until about 10 o'clock this morning. We had a couple chances. We could have recognized that, hey, it's struggling to kind of get above the $68 mark. Really struggled to get above. Look for rejection. Market rejects, sends this thing lower all the way down to 64.43 of the low. Hell of a down move. And once it started to recover, huge range here today. So we run from $68 all the way down to 64.43. So we get $3.50 there with a $2 bounce to end the day. Big ranges here. Hopefully you guys found some chances in there. Now, what I want to stress is do not come in throughout this whole week expecting $3, $2, $3, $4 ranges on a daily basis. Let's not trade with that mentality because that can be detrimental in the long term. Yes, we got chances. We still want to look for those tighter risk opportunities. We're not looking to sit here and take $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 per contract risk in hopes that it goes in our favor. We don't want to take that kind of risk, even though, yes, possibly there's a chance that we've got this market going to give us an opportunity to make money and still be asymmetric. Next, let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500. Same applies for the S&Ps. Look, we saw this morning. It started to climb higher, right? We came and checked yesterday's point of control. We came to check point of control. Now, like we said, we got to wait until 9 o'clock. We got to start to see what Powell has to say. We know it's going to be an influential conversation. We're sitting on our hands and we're waiting for this thing. Market does rotate at point of control, and that's where the sell-off really takes place. As soon as we see a little bit of life, that's where we got a chance. Market tries to come into Friday's value, comes right up to Friday's point of control, and that's really a great opportunity to say, hey, here's a chance for a short rotating back inside, and you know what? We're not taking a ton of risk because we got our moving average or 20-period moving average just above. Next, let's go ahead and look at the Nasdaq. We know you guys love the Nasdaq. Big opportunity here. This market really sets up nicely. We get rejection at value high from yesterday and rotates inside. So, Powell or not, that's really a chance for us to take a decent asymmetric trade to say, hey, let's see our chances here. Let's see what happens. Do we have the divergence? Market breaks down pretty heavily. One moment. My computer is not happy. That should help. All right. Market breaks off of value area high from yesterday. Rotates back inside. Blows right through value low. All the way down. We looked at it this morning. We said might be aggressive getting all the way down here, but we do have an unchecked point of control down here at 16,080. Market comes right to it. 12 handles through it. Really not much of a move there or much of a break there for Nasdaq through that point of control. Breaks right through point of control. Really a great opportunity, in my opinion, to see if you can catch maybe the reversal move. But you got to be cautious, right? Picking bottoms in a market like this is really difficult. I'm not looking to buy down here. I'm waiting for possibly proof that this market's going to struggle to break out to the upside or continue to break out to the downside. We're starting to see it's struggling to bring in sellers to continue to the downside. Rather, now is our chance to say, hey, let's see if we can get this a little rotation higher. Does rotate higher. And we fell into a nice little range here throughout the rest of the day. Next, let's look at the gold market. Gold, like we said, this morning we were looking at it. We sat down this morning. Where's my time frame? Here we go. We're down here this morning. We got to recognize here we've got our value high over the last 5 days right up here at 1801. That's an area to keep an eye on. Moves right through there off this open. But as soon as Powell, same thing here, Powell starts speaking, we got to be cautious. Markets that are affected by the economy like this, we really need to be cautious. We don't want to be doing anything too crazy until we get some information. This thing rotated all the way up to Friday's value high and rotates right back inside, going down to make new lows. This was tough trade. This really was a difficult trade to execute, right? We don't have a ton of visual. We're not taking the short up above, just saying, hey, we got a short up above. Let's see if we can use Friday's value to rotate back inside. We're well above yesterday's regular trading hour high, yesterday's highs as well. Really a difficult area for a trade. All right, so if you miss this, absolutely okay. Don't get down on yourself. This was really a difficult trade. We rotate lower and then we fall into a tight range. If you miss the initial move, you get yourself caught chasing. The only way to really trade this or to catch in on these moves is to start watching price action. If price action gives you a chance and you can recognize it, hey, we're seeing a little bit of strength here in this break, that's what we want to look for, and we want to try and take advantage of that momentum. All right, next, let's go ahead and look at the euro. Euro, big mover. We opened up this morning and we were talking about it right here about 8 o'clock this morning, and we said, look, really difficult to take the buy or the sell. All right, we got to wait for a little bit of weakness. Well, we got a ton of weakness. We broke all the way down to settlement price, point of control through yesterday's value. Huge break and rally. This was our relief. Once we start to recognize that relief is over, maybe we got a chance. Again, this is a really difficult one to trade, but now we got great opportunity here. When we look at our 10-year note, 10-year note opens up this morning. Powell speaks. Where does it break to? It breaks right down to settlement price. Breaks right down to settlement price. Huge chance, right? If you recognize the sell, we're struggling. We've made lower highs. We're struggling to go higher. Maybe you're taking that short after he speaks. You close that gap down to settlement price. You could close the gap, or you're looking for an opportunity at settlement price, and you can say, look, I can take the long here at settlement price. I can bring my stop below point of control from yesterday, give myself a chance to see if we can get settlement price to be a springboard. Hey, Fed's talking about buying bonds, right? What's that going to tell us? That means they want to start pumping some money possibly into this. There might be an opportunity there. We got to ask ourselves those questions as this is all going on. And that's it for our markets here today. Hope you guys found some opportunity. Yeah, Ricardo, you can Google CME settlement. Yeah, you can definitely do that. PD, does the consistency rule only apply once you're in step 2? Yes, step 2, it's where it's applied. It does not apply in step 1. Step 1, you still just got your minimum days there, 5. So, I hope you guys found some good opportunity. John is back tomorrow morning, so make sure you guys tune in and give him a good heckle. Let him know you say hello, and we're grateful to have him back. If you guys missed it today, we talked about our favorite indicators in today's Coach's Playbook, so go give that one a check. We kind of dive into just some of the things that we're all using personally, myself, JD, Jack, and Mick. We talked about some of the stuff that we use on a daily basis, so there's definitely some, I think, some good information there for some opportunity. Bitcoin today trading $57,000, $57,950. Now let's take a look at some of our stocks here, because it's always fun to watch, right? It's always fun to keep an eye on things. Airbnb down $8, $72.54 there. AMC, another down day, down to $33.94. GameStop below 200, $196.21. Tesla's pretty much flat from yesterday, $1,144. Robinhood, another down day here, $25.94. Remember, just a few weeks ago, that was up at 42. Rivian, that did not refresh for me. Whoops, here we go. Rivian, $119.76. And lastly, no surprise, stocks down, VIX up 27.5 in the VIX. It's been a while. So that's what we got going on there. Tomorrow, ADP, 7:15, PMI Manufacturing, 8:45, ISM Manufacturing, 9 a.m., and at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, you get the crude oil number. That could be an interesting one. Crude has been volatile. We're seeing moves. Do they increase? Do they put more oil into the market? I guess we'll have to wait and see. And don't forget Thursday jobless claims unemployment number on Friday. All right, that's what we got for us here today. Let's take a quick glance at this date in history, and we'll get the heck on out of here. Got a couple here today to make up for yesterday. In this day in 1876, first ever college football Thanksgiving game was played. Yale versus Purdue. Yale won 2-0. 1874, 2 years before that, Winston Churchill was born. And then 1965, Ralph Nader's Unsafe at Any Speed. Talking about motor vehicles, came out on this day. Mo, Dan, what time is settlement price issued by the CME? Mo, honestly, off the top of my head, I have no idea. I used to watch bonds. Prelim number usually comes out around 2:15. I really am not looking at those until the morning after, so I really don't know off the top of my head. They'll give prelim numbers and then they give finals. Usually pretty much the exact same thing there. I'm honestly, I'm not sure the exact time when they come out. It's whenever they get the number and post. Awesome, everybody. Well, that's what I got for us here today. I hope you all had a great day. So get out there, stay safe, wash your hands, trade smart, and trade well. Look forward to seeing you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody.